Being the smart kid sounds like a good thing until the first time you mess up. Because when you mess up, it's a disappointment. And disappointments get punished harder. Hello, I'm Anilow. Let's rewind. In school, everyone gets a label. The loud kid, the weird kid, the athletic kid, and unfortunately for me, I was the smart kid. At first, it sounds like a good thing. You get a bunch of good grades, the teacher loves you, and everyone tries to cheat off of you. But it also means that you're expected to be perfect, a beautiful little angel that does nothing wrong, in which I am not. So when you slip up even just a little, the punishment doesn't match the offense. And that brings us to gym class, a place already ruled by borderline no rules. The floor was slippery, the air smelled like a bunch of undescribable smells, and it was a choice day, basketball, volleyball, or just walking. Naturally, I chose walking because I value my dignity. Now, everything was going completely fine. I was just walking, minding my business, avoiding flying basketballs, and then this kid walks past me. And this kid, how do I put this nicely? The lights were on, but nobody was paying the electricity bill. Out loud, to no one in particular, he goes, "Man, I'm slow at running." Now, me being a smart mouth, under my breath, or at least I thought under my breath, I said mentally too. Apparently, this kid hears me, whips his neck around, and glares at me like he's gonna go tell the teacher, which he probably was. Which immediately set my brain into panic mode. And as I just stood there thinking of ways that this won't lead into me getting thrown into prison, the kid runs off. I watched him go straight to the FIED teacher. Now, I had two options, run, or pretend nothing happened and gaslight reality. And I chose the latter, so I just kept walking and tried to push my panic down. I glare over to the other side of the gym, and this kid is talking to the teacher, and it looks like there's a little bit of back and forth, but after the kid walks away and the teacher doesn't snap the neck around and give me that glare and march towards me, I thought it was pretty safe. So I go through gym, get changed, go to my other classes. A few periods later, it's English class. The phone rings and my soul leaves my body for a second. The teacher answers it, goes, okay, and then hangs up. And then she just goes straight back to teaching us about whatever happened in the 18th century or something. I don't know. My soul comes back and I guess it was just a false alarm. Next period, science. The phone rings again. The teacher picks it up, says, "Yep, he's here," looks at me, and then puts it down. Then she waddles over to my desk and whispers at full volume, "They need you in the office." Now, after an ooh from the class and my walk of shame out the room, I started walking towards the office, thinking of ways that this wouldn't end in me going to prison. I get to the office, I say, "Hey, there was a call and I was brought down here," and then the office lady just points towards the room and says, "At the assistant principal's door." And that's when I knew the smart kid label was about to work against me. So I walk in, she directs me to sit down in literally the only other vacant chair in the room. Assistant principal on one side, table between us. They go, "So we heard about what you said," and in my head I'm like, okay, which version, the real one or the director's cut? She says, "We were told you were making fun of kids for having disabilities," and that's when my brain crashed. Now I'm not just a kid who said something dumb once, now I'm the smart kid who should have known better, which is a lot worse. So in my defense, it doesn't really matter. I try to explain that I wasn't talking about a disability and I was just being sarcastic. And this was basically like throwing eggs at an unbreakable wall. She hits me back with, "Well, that's still very disrespectful," and whatever, I don't know. I am cooked. Then she says, "So I think as a reasonable punishment, there should be write-up and lunch detention." And that's the moment it fully hit me. If any other kid said that, it would have been, "Hey, don't say that again, maybe a warning." But because I was the smart kid, I get the write-up. They send me straight back to class and I just sit there for the rest of the period. So the next day I report to lunch detention. It's nice having the silence and not the chaos of the lunchroom. Although it was kind of a pleasant experience, I didn't really want to be in there, as kids who skip class and do a lot worse things end up in there, besides saying 2 words. And I basically just sit there for 30 minutes. So in the end, I got accused, interrogated, written up, and sentenced to the most peaceful lunch of my entire life. But I still did get the write-up, and I did not like that. But honestly, I guess it was kind of worth it. Hello, welcome to the end of the video. Subscribe, I guess, and like, I guess. Bye.